everybody, today I'm here to review Enola Holmes. This will be a non-spoiler review, just my overall thoughts. So without further ado, let's just talk about this film. Enola Holmes. This movie is based on a series of books, and I think what Netflix wants to do here is actually create a series of films. And I actually think this would have been much better as a TV series, you know. And if you heard the name Holmes and you're like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar, you got that right, Sherlock. Enola Holmes is indeed related to Sherlock Holmes. She's in fact his little sister. So the story of this film is basically Enola Holmes trying to find her mom. And the mom is actually played by Helena Bonham, an actress I really love. She's pretty great. In everything, she's pretty great. And every time I look at her, she reminds me so much of, Harry Potter. She's fantastic. We also have Henry Cavill himself, Superman, playing Sherlock Holmes, and I think he was as charming as ever. He's just a great Sherlock Holmes too, and I'm a little bit biased because you guys know I do love Henry Cavill. I also think Millie Bobby Brown as Enola Holmes was the perfect pick. She was great. She's very charismatic, and especially for this role, because Enola is often talking to the camera at what we call breaking the fourth wall. So she's always doing that. And I think an actor needs to be very charismatic to be able to do that well. And I think it worked perfect for this film. We also have Sam Claflin playing Mycroft, Sherlock Holmes and Enola Holmes' older douchebag brother. He's actually a terrible character. Right off the bat, you just like, they make you hate him. He's like the worst. Well, the story is pretty much about solving a mystery. And you probably think, well, but wait a minute, there's Sherlock Holmes there. How are they gonna get Enola Holmes to solve a mystery? Because if the movie is called Enola Holmes, it's obvious that she will be the one. She will be the focus of the film and not Sherlock Holmes. So how did they make that happen? Well, I could tell you in a very clever way. For instance, if you watch the trailer, you could see that she has a very strong bond with her mom. And right at the beginning of the film, we are informed that Sherlock Holmes, along with Mycroft, they have been living away from, the mom for many years. In fact, they don't even remember how Enola looks like because they've been away, Sherlock Holmes working in very, various mysteries and investigating and all of that. In order to have Enola Holmes be the one to solve this mystery, they really played with the mother and daughter bond. And I think that was a great idea because Enola Holmes grew up with her mom. They were very close, and her mom is basically her teacher. She taught her everything, including martial arts. So Enola Holmes' mom is the person that plays the mentor figure in this story. And you can also say, well, now we see why Sherlock Holmes is Sherlock Holmes, because his mom is pretty awesome, So the mom actually leaves clues to Enola Holmes directly to her, and it's, like I said, because of their bond, it's very easy for her to follow that. And even though Sherlock Holmes is also able to catch the clues as well, because of course he's Sherlock Holmes, I think they did it in a very clever way on why is Enola Holmes the one that is ahead of this mystery, because like I said, the mom left clues directly for her, and I think that's really cool. I think this movie is definitely in good taste. That said, you have to bear in mind that this is a movie directed to teenagers, Millie Bobby Brown's age. Those are the people, the teenagers that are going to love this film. I think adults can also find this very enjoyable. But this movie is definitely made mostly for teenagers. The story is very bright, lighthearted. And like I said, I thought Millie Bobby Brown is definitely a star. I think she's great on Stranger Things, and she rocked here. This is also a movie that takes place in a time where women basically had no voice, they couldn't vote and any of that. and they were able to make a movie where all the other women did not fully hate all the men, and also a movie that not all the men are bad. We have good men and we have bad men. For instance, Mycroft is the douchebag one. He's terrible. Right from the beginning, you hate the character. And Sherlock Holmes at the very beginning, he's a little bit sort of like intimidated by his brother, because it's also a thing with respect, especially taking the time, you know, people would really respect, let's call it hierarchy, you know, the older brother, and Sherlock Holmes is the middle brother, but he treats Enola Holmes terribly. And Sherlock Holmes is kind of in between, not knowing what to do. But, you know, he's very charming. There's a few scenes between him and Enola Holmes, his sister, and he's giving her advice, especially investigating advice. And I thought that was just in good taste. I loved it. And towards the end, the movie even teases a potential team up. And I thought that was brilliant. I would love to see that. But like I said, I think they did very well. The way that they showed why Enola Holmes was ahead of this particularly mystery is because of her bond with her mom, and because her mom left clues directly to her, and it was just very well done. I also think that this movie, Enola Holmes, has a love interest, and I believe in the book she doesn't. And I also loved how that was handled. You know, I think that they both had their weaknesses and their strength. So I really loved that. I think the little teenager couple, they were very cute. I mean, they're not a couple yet, but like there's hints that they like each other. And I think teenagers are going to love it. And it's just not over the top. Like I said, both of them have their strength and their weaknesses, and they complement each other. And I really like the fact that, you know, even though this is a movie that takes place in a era where women basically had no voice as far as the law goes, you know, they were just expected to get married and be a lady. Enola Holmes is able to kind of break the barrier, but not in the sense that she believes she's better than everybody else. So I thought that this was a movie really done in good taste. I definitely recommend it. Out of 10, I probably give it a solid 7.58. I just don't rate it higher because I still think it's still very childish. It's more for teenagers, not really an adult film. Maybe a teenager would rate it higher. But yes, I think that it's definitely a very fun watch. Very enjoyable, and I can't wait to see more of Enola Holmes, especially the team up with Sherlock Holmes. I think, you know, Henry Cavill, he's just so charming, and what a great Sherlock Holmes. And I'm a little bit biased because I do love the guy, but I also love Millie Bobby Brown. I think she was fantastic. I'm glad with this film. I definitely recommend. And that's it, guys. That is my review. Drop your comments down below. Let me know, have you seen Enola Holmes? Will you watch Enola Holmes? If you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!